Hi, you guys. Okay, there we go. I like to have a little bit of color. I also have this new one. There we go. Make things sparkly. I want to come on here today and talk to you a little bit about the ripple effect that we get to create or we get to start even in this business that we're in. Okay, so if you caught my video yesterday, my part one of my story, I mentioned that I'm going to be sharing a little bit more regularly and taking you through a little bit of a journey, right? So learning about the oils eventually, but today I wanted to touch on the impact that we get to have as wellness advocates with doTERRA. Okay, so basically, if you're new here, my name is Jocelyn. I'm a diamond leader with doTERRA Essential Oils. I have been building my business intentionally with some direction for about three and a half years. Okay, and this is something I'm really passionate about and have built a pretty big organization, pretty big team that's all around the world that is and continues to create this ripple effect that we're going to speak about today. Okay, so if you're new to essential oils, you might be surprised to know that essential oils are actually completely unregulated. Okay, there is no regulating body telling you what is in those bottles. Okay, so that's really intense because when we think that, we hear some awesome news about how lavender oil is great to support sleep, or it's great to promote restfulness, or things like that. And we think that it's okay to go to our grocery store to grab a bottle of lavender oil. It's pretty kind of disturbing to know that what is in those bottles is actually probably, chances are, not pure lavender oil. Okay, which is really unfortunate and really confusing for the consumer. So there's a lot of fear out there. I will say that there's a ton of fear on the internet, on Netflix, on social channels. There's a lot of mixed up people that might be a little scared or confused at the moment, especially due to our current world situation. Okay, so what I want to talk on today is some of the good and some of the impactful and incredible things that we are doing on a really positive note. Okay, so transitioning from that piece of essential oils are completely unregulated into doTERRA is a company that is 12 years old. They are open in over 100 different countries. Okay, so that means that 100 different countries have direct access to these oils. So I want to talk today on the impact that doTERRA is having around the world as a company and what we get to be a part of. Okay, so each and every oil bottle, you might not know this, are sourced from all over the world. Okay, so doTERRA does not own farms. This is the number one factor I want to drive home for you today, is that doTERRA does not own farms. Okay, if you are someone who's like me, we care about sustainability. We care about who we are supporting. We care about, we would much rather support our local stores than head to a big chain store like Walmart or Walgreens or whatever it is. We care about sustainability and we care about the small people. Okay, we care about the local businesses. So doTERRA is a team. They were first created 12 years ago. They were created with 7 executives. Okay, 7 people came together with a common mission and vision to create the highest quality essential oils in the world, to empower people, as many people, and reach as many people along the way as they can. Hence why they chose multi-level marketing as their business structure. And they wanted to really, really get to the source and really lift up lives from the source of where these oils were sourced or are coming from. Okay. So, for example, there are a couple different ways we can maybe produce essential oils. One of them being that we could buy a plot of land and hire our own people on them and grow the things, do the things to make the essential oils. Okay, there's two major things that are potentially wrong with that situation. Is the first one is that doTERRA recognized is that these little bottles or the plants are grown wherever they're grown around the world. They're obviously going to be producing a better quality of essential oil, right? Because the plant is thriving in its in its native grounds, or where it thrives, right? Where the sun is optimal, the soil, the water conditions, it knows how to grow there, in other words, right? So they partner, and then what they do is when they find these places that are growing these oil or these plants already, and maybe even producing essential oils already, they partner with them, okay? They partner with these smaller scale growers to create communities, to uplift the people, pay them on time, fair wages, and essentially cut out the brokers, okay? Because what originally was happening in the essential oil world and continues to do so today is something we really need to be aware of, is that there are these small scale growers, these people all over the world growing and working their lives to sustain themselves and provide for their families at really low wages. They're working, and they're not being paid fairly because the brokers are coming in and buying the essential oils from them, but then the broker gets to determine what they sell them off as. Does that make sense? So the really the original way of this kind of process, and it still happens in different markets for sure, a lot actually, and it's kind of scary, but this is really important to note, is that these oils, we cut out the middle guy, okay? So essentially what's happening is that doTERRA is scouting the world, finding where these plants are growing to their optimal, right? They're thriving, and they find farms that are already functioning and already even producing essential oils. They ask, do you want to partner together for maybe a 10-year partnership? And we can pay them, they pay them food wages, they pay them fair on-time wages, and they give back through their different foundations that they also have in place in their communities in massive ways, okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to touch on, is sourcing. This matters more than we think because the quality matters where the plant comes from, okay? The vibrational frequency of the oils is directly determined by the quality of plant matter that is used, okay? Hey, Paige. So that's really a really good point to remember when you are using essential oils and you are exploring the essential oil world. Even if it's potentially as a customer and you are looking for essential oils to support wellness in your home, or maybe you're someone like myself who is looking for a business opportunity, looking at the sustainability aspect of where the product is coming from is going to be a big thing. And that was a huge determining factor for me because, like I mentioned before, I am somebody who loves to support small scale, local as much as I can. And here I get to do it on a global scale. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So that's a little bit about the sourcing. Next, I want to touch on a couple foundations that doTERRA has. One primarily being the Healing Hands Foundation. Okay, so the Healing Hands Foundation, it's a quick Google search if you want to look more into that, is a doTERRA founded and completely doTERRA funded initiative or foundation that was founded 10 years ago. They are incredible, doing incredible things in the world, and something that's really unique. Well, there's multiple facets that actually are really unique and really fascinating and really exciting. There's a couple that I'll share with you. One being that the Healing Hands Foundation offers micro loans for the growers. Okay, so this is really cool because if you're anyone like me who has ever struggled with getting ahead, the bills take over, right? The bills take over and you just can't get ahead. You're like, I just want a little bit of extra money in my account before payday, right? So that was my story, right? And I know how it is as a single mom to struggle every month, to struggle to make it towards the next paycheck, okay? So doTERRA, imagine if you had a farm and you had a family farm and you were growing this farm and you were just struggling to just get ahead, right? And what doTERRA offers with the Healing Hands Foundation is they offer a micro loan to these farmers so they can get ahead, okay? And then maybe their payments are going back in tiny increments over 10 years or something. That's really important, and I think very valuable for families to all of a sudden have a proper roof on their house, or they have running water near their village or near their house. We're talking about developing countries here, right? Because the majority of essential oils that doTERRA sources are coming from developing nations and developing countries, okay? So that's one aspect of the Healing Hands Foundation I wanted to share with you, is that micro lending, which it really speaks to my heart. Okay. The second really cool thing that doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation offers us as wellness advocates is we can actually choose organizations or choose things or maybe events or tragedies that we need to fundraise for. We want to fundraise for this, for example, here in the I'm part of a Geno community where we are millennials building businesses with doTERRA. Is basically one of our open fundraising efforts right now is we are fundraising for a school that burnt down in Brazil. Okay, the school is where because a lot of our citrus oils actually are sourced in Brazil, and so a lot of our citrus growers, the children of our citrus growers, would go and attend this school. So we're actually fundraising for this tragic event, right? And so the really cool thing with the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation is that they'll actually partner with their advocates and match the donations up to $15,000 US. Okay, so that is huge. I think we're pretty close to have raised 5,000 US by now, around that mark. If you are watching this around September 2020, you're welcome to message me if you want the link to donate to that. It's also on my page, I think, and in my link in my bio, but it's incredible, right? So what it comes down to is the movement that we are a part of is super, super powerful and incredible, that we can, we might think that we are, or maybe some people watching us might think that we are selling essential oils. But the matter is that we are actually uplifting communities all around the world on so many different levels, whether it just be purchasing as a customer, purchasing these oils and using them in our homes to support our own wellness, or whether it be building a business and even partnering with the Healing Hands Foundation to raise money for a cause that we strongly believe in. This is a big deal. Okay, so if you're somebody who's exploring the essential oil world, whether it be for personal use or for a business, I want to invite you to dig a little deeper into doTERRA. If you'd like to go to their website to check out how transparent this company really is, it's called source2u.com. Source2u.com. This is an awesome website to check out. You can actually go into and research the batch numbers on the oils and pull up the quality reports, check out our testing, check out our executive team, check out our sourcing, and watch a few sourcing videos on how these oils are sourced and produced. It's pretty heartwarming and pretty cool to know what change you could potentially be a part of on whatever level you feel called to. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you see that why we are so passionate about what we do, and myself and my team, speaking personally to my Diamond organization, is that I know that we are here for vehicles to empower, right? Vehicles to bring change and to inspire other people to really step into ownership of their own lifestyle, whether it be taking back your power with the essential oils, or whether it be really truly stepping into ownership of empowering other people. Okay, so generally the flow with doTERRA, which we're going to talk about later on in the week on a different video, is we start with the oils because we absolutely love them. We fall in love with them, and then we fall in love with the company and our vision behind the movement that we're part of and get to be part of, right? And then from there, we can't help but share, because that's what we do as humans, is we want to share and better other people's lives. That's how doTERRA works. That's why they chose the multi-level marketing business structure in a nutshell. And that's it. That's all. If you have any questions, totally reach out. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you see a little bit behind the scenes. If you're somebody who's, gets sucked in easily to Netflix series or all the fear on the internet, try to put on the blinders, because understand the motives of where those people are coming from and what's actually going on in the world right now is a really important connector piece of be mindful of who you're listening to and who you're letting into your subconscious mind, because at the end of the day, we all get to choose, and we get to choose how we want to live our own lives. Okay. Anyway, have a good day, you guys, before I ramble on. We'll see you tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you and share with you 3 cool things about essential oils. Okay, bye.